I was born in the year 2003. I'd argue quite an interesting time for technology. The year I was born, both Spirit and Opportunity landed on Mars, the Human Genome Project began, and, believe it or not, the first cell phone camera was invented. Now, at the ripe old age of 19, I have a device that follows my every move, and I can't even think about leaving it at home, or major communications would be interrupted. I mostly think my mom would think I died because I didn't call her the usual 5 times a day, asking if I'm doing my laundry right or how to cook a chicken. But tech is an amazing tool. It's enhanced learning, communication, automation, and much more, in many more ways than ever imagined possible. But that magic technology has starts to wear off as we learn more about it and its effects on us. Tech is not the root of all evil, of course. It's our relationship with it that seems to cause the problems. Imagine if we altered that relationship and let tech become a creative tool instead of a distraction. This detrimental relationship that we have with technology appears to be beginning at younger and younger ages. The time children have spent playing has decreased significantly since the 80s. By the hand of a few factors, one of them being electronic media consumption. A 2013 study done on 8 to 10-year-old children showed that they spend nearly 8 hours a day engaging with different types of media instead of playing. And playing is really important. When these children play, they're able to exercise creative problem-solving skills, interact with other people, and engage with their emotions in productive ways that becomes increasingly more important as these children approach adulthood. I grew up relatively device-free. I loved reading as a kid, and I remember playing these creative games where me and my friends would pretend that we're lost children on an island, and we had to build shelter and make food with the resources we could find in my backyard. I was really hooked on the food part. I was convinced as a 5-year-old that my neighbors would buy my aspen leaf and stick salads, and I would be the world's first 5-year-old billionaire. That unfortunately did not happen. But when I didn't have that room to move around, my cousin taught me that you could take a piece of paper and a pencil and draw and invent islands. You could put whatever you wanted on them, buildings, railway systems, shops, people, anything. I really value this creative, unstructured play now, and I think it's made me a more creative person and an asset as I enter the workforce. As I've watched children around me grow and develop, I've seen less of that creative play and a larger dependence on media consumption, and it makes me really sad for the future. Adults aren't safe from this detrimental relationship either, though. Children and adults alike no longer daydream. With the stream of information flowing through the palm of our hand, we're never bored. We never need to daydream. Studies at the University of California have shown that daydreaming is actually really important for our cognitive function. And we don't do it when our brains are streamlined to a process. For example, browsing social media. Studies at the University of British Columbia have shown that letting your mind wander can help you solve problems easier, and exercise diverse parts of your brain, and specifically expand your creativity. Those with ADHD are known to be largely associated with daydreaming. And those people are much more likely to score higher on creativity tests than those without ADHD. On a similar note, anyone who's worked in a creative department knows that creative thoughts or ideas don't come while you're actively working on a project. They come while you're working on something that doesn't demand your entire attention, like showering or washing the dishes. Social media and other distracting applications, by definition, demand the entirety of our attention, disrupting that creative process. So we've discussed all the negatives, how tech is creative from taking from our creativity. But what if we took our creativity back? How would we do that? What would our lives look like? We're so entwined with technology, I think that removing it entirely would be impossible, and I don't think that's what we want either. So I propose to you 5 ways that you can take back some of your creative energy from technology. I've tried all of these and can tell you that they work. So without further ado, number 1 is use applications that mute or completely shut off distracting applications. These applications tend to help you use your phone more mindfully and are able to help you connect with friends that want to stay focused as well. A few of these are Opal and Flora, but there's dozens out there. One of these applications actually will charge you a certain amount of money that you wager if you pick up your phone before a timer's up, amping up the consequences. The second thing you can do is mute your notifications. Do you really need notifications from social media sites? Are you really going to forget to check them? I know I'm not. So only let your phone notify you for important things, like friend or family-related items. The third thing you can do is take social media breaks. I've tried, but I cannot remove myself entirely from social media. I want to know when my workout classes are or when the local snow cone shack is open, but I can take breaks for days or even weeks to break that distraction cycle. Another thing you can do is check up on social media using your internet browser. It's harder to operate, so you're less likely to get distracted. The fourth thing you can do is, in the accessibility settings on your phone, change your phone colors to black and white. This essentially makes your phone less exciting for your brain. And it's a more extreme and psychological option, but for me, it's worked wonders. If you need to see something in color, of course, you can just click a button and switch it right back. The fifth and final thing you can do is just take breaks from screens altogether. This is a well-known fact, but blue light from screens actually decreases your melatonin level, making it harder for you to fall asleep at night. So an hour before bedtime, put away all screens. This will guarantee that you can fall asleep and stay asleep easier. A full night's sleep, of course, will guarantee that your brain's working at maximum capacity for the next day's creative output. In conclusion, I challenge you to take one or more of these actions that might work for you, and I can guarantee that you'll begin to take back your creative output. Imagine what would happen if you took back even a little bit of your energy from tech. Would your productivity increase? Would your relationships improve? Would your work performance increase? Would you learn more? Would you create more? Thank you.